Okay. Well, I'm here to talk about my book, my new book, which is Rosemary Shrager's Yorkshire Breakfast. Now, I have always wanted to do a breakfast book, only because I love breakfast. The idea of actually sitting down and having a proper breakfast at the weekends, I think is a very special thing. And it's the time you can relax and enjoy yourself and have a brunch, not a lunch. So join it in together. So for me, doing a breakfast book was actually very simple. So, and how I started was using my favourite products, my favourite dishes, just doing what I wanted, but using all local produce, all produce from Yorkshire, which is very important, which is what it's all about, Yorkshire breakfast. So you're going to find things like egg Benedict, Florentine, all these things in here. I know they're old-fashioned, I know they're continental, but actually it's all Yorkshire produce, and that's what's important. But also, breakfasts are fun. They are great fun. I mean, you can do things like have pikelets, which is very useful. Let me show you a lovely picture of pikelets. Make your own baked beans. I mean, homemade baked beans. I mean, don't get me wrong, Heinz baked beans are very good, but not as good as homemade baked beans. They are delicious. Lovely, one of my favourites, smoked haddock, poached egg on smoked haddock. Absolutely delicious. There is nothing nicer than getting a lovely day-old poached egg, fresh, all solid together, but putting onto some lovely Whitby smoked haddock. Absolutely delicious. So what I've done is I've made it personal. I've put little stories in, like orange and grapefruit salad we've got here, which my mother-in-law used to do all the time. But what I've noticed over the years, which I think is very important, is everybody is very specific on what they like for breakfast. Now, I find that fascinating. There's somebody I know who likes a banana sandwich every single morning. It's amazing. So people are very opinionated on breakfast. So, and as I am too, and it's how I feel and what I fancy having that day. And what I've done is I've given you 80 recipes. And you say it's not a lot, but actually it's quite a lot because they're just all doable. You can do them for lunch, you can do them for dinner, you can do them for anything. Have little suppers rather than just breakfast. You can use this book for so many different things. Homemade sausages, venison sausages. We've got our local venison. Make up your own sausages. How delicious is that? What else? Lots of lovely bread. Make your own bread. You've got brioche, you've got everything. So for me, potato cakes, scones, everything in here. The most wonderful pear and ginger jam, which everybody's going mad over, which I absolutely adore. It's well worth making. And seriously, a good alternative to marmalade too. If you don't like marmalade, I think marmalade's delicious, but you know, it's another alternative. So lovely oatcakes, and of course the oatcakes I've done in here were sort of something I used to do in Scotland all the time. And I think bring them down here, but it still has that lovely Yorkshire feel, but it's also using all the lovely Yorkshire flour. Sunflower, I use a lot of sunflower from down the road. You say, why have I put fish and chips in? I put fish and chips in because, first of all, why not have fish and chips at 11 o'clock in the morning? It's fine. You're done for the day. It's fresh. This is a wonderful batter, absolutely yummy, delicious. You can see, I've also made this book incredibly accessible. Big writing, very small recipes, incredibly doable. What you don't want is something complicated first thing in the morning. You want to be able to do it and get on with it. I've even put eggy bread, my children's favourite. They love it. It's so simple. Yorkshire pudding, we're in Yorkshire. Yorkshire pudding, how delicious, with a little golden syrup over it. I know it's not good for you, but it doesn't matter, just for once. So, I absolutely love herring roe. I was actually brought up with a herring roe, and it is the most delicious, scrummy flavour. and I think it's a treat. So I think if you can get some lovely herring roe, it's absolutely delicious on toast. And unfortunately, you cannot be on a diet with that one because it's lots of butter you need with it. So you've got your lovely, you've got hollandaise, you've got potato scones. How delicious is that? Gorgeous potato scones. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? So this is a book I really do love. I love this book. I think it's incredibly accessible. It's easy to follow. Whoever buys this book, it's a fun book. It hasn't got thousands of recipes. It's just got simple recipes, and it's incredibly doable. And I honestly can say with my hand on my heart, I think that you will have a bit of fun with it. But also, I would like to say one thing, because I think this is important. I would like to say, right at the end, I've put in, and I would like to have put in a lot more. We've put in some of our suppliers. I've got lovely Anna's Happy Trotters, which she won this award last year, and for Yorkshire she won the award from Deliciously Yorkshire. She did incredibly well, and she went on the Alan Titchmarsh show, and I cooked some pork for her, and it was a great success. So I decided she deserved to be in. Also, you've got Beaver's Butchers, you've got all our local butchers here, but also Fortunes. Now, I mean, going to Fortunes, going in Whitby, it was the most wonderful experience. I'd actually never been there. And it is phenomenal. It just shows you. It's a lovely, it's up a long, narrow lane. And these dedicated people who know their job second to none. But the smell, it's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. These rows and rows of unctuous kippers are quite fabulous. So I've used them all in here. Absolutely delicious. Now you've got the wonderful Wensleydale from Hall's Creamery, which is again a wonderful cheese, which is a very interesting cheese. Which is why I've used that. It's a hard cheese in terms of, it's not a hard cheese to eat, but the way it doesn't melt easily, so you can use it in so many different things because of the way it's made up. It's really very interesting. And then you've got lovely Rosebud, which is Rosebud Preserves, and Elspeth, who's fantastic. And when I was in America, somebody was very excited saying they had some wonderful red currant jelly for me from Yorkshire. And they showed me rosebuds. Well, I said, well, that's in the local village. So it was fabulous. It was a nice little sweet moment, as they say. But she's wonderful, and she does so much for Yorkshire. And again, I thought she deserved to be in as well. But as I said, and then you've got Steinbergs, who actually they organic herbs, spices, flowers, nuts. They do everything. They help me make up the mueslis, which are absolutely fabulous. They're the way I want them. I'm a person, now this is where I am very specific. With my muesli, I like to have fresh fruit in it. I don't like dried fruits in it, but I do like the way I've done this. I'm very specific. So it was wonderful to go to Steinberg's and make up all the different mueslis and get what I wanted. And they were so helpful. So they certainly deserve to be in the book. But as I said, I would like to put all those wonderful suppliers in the book. In fact, have a book on suppliers only to recognise what they do, because there are a lot of people out there who work incredibly hard for us to have the perfect products, and without very little reward or acknowledgement from people. And I think, for me, I want to say thank you for all those wonderful suppliers and putting all that time into producing the incredible products that we have in Yorkshire at our fingertips. We don't have to go anywhere else. We don't have to get out of this county. It is enormous. We have everything here, and we are very, very lucky people.
Have you any advice for readers who are attempting the recipes?
I would say, yes. When you start this book, I actually have no advice for you when you start this book on how to attempt these recipes, because they are just as they are. They are very simple. So even down to grilled trout. And then you've got Ribblesdale Superior goat's cheese, which may I say is delicious. Oh, scrambled eggs. You know, you've got pictures to show you what they're meant to be. Do not overcook your scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs are meant to be creamy. So just watch what you're doing. But the recipes speak for themselves. Just follow the recipe and you'll be all right. I think everything I have done in here for me will do, as I said at the beginning, this food is dedicated to any time of day. But the lovely thing is, this will make the most wonderful Christmas present. It's unusual, it's different, it's fun. $16.99, I think it would be brilliant. And if anybody wants me to sign it, I'd be delighted to sign it. I really would. And I'm really proud of this book. So I hope that you'll all go out, give it to your friends, family, and it'd be fantastic. So I hope you all enjoy it. And all I can say is Happy Christmas.